So here we are back with another unboxing. This time we're talking about the iPhone 11. This is the phone that most people are gonna buy if they're buying a brand new iPhone. Now the one I have here is the new mint green version, or green as they're calling it. This year they decided to change all the colors up. They're not as vibrant and punchy, except if you're buying the red one. They have more of a pastel look to it. This is a very beautiful color, and as you can see, based on first impressions, they decided to make the glass into one piece. Prior iPhones, what they did instead was they had one piece of glass here, and then the camera bump used a separate piece of glass, not giving you the same type of finish. In the box, as usual, we got some paperwork, we got stickers. You guys know how I feel about those things. Actually, you know what? This time, I'm not gonna stick them on me. I'm actually going to save this. And if you want these stickers, and I know some of you actually like these stickers, I'll mail them to you. Oh God, Lord of mercy. 5-watt charger. I really wish they included the bigger charger they included with the Pro, with the regular iPhone 11. Like, look at the size difference between these two chargers. One is gonna take you a lot longer to charge your device. The other one is gonna do it significantly faster. Next up are the Lightning headphones. And last up, of course, you get the Lightning cable. Now it's time to remove the plastic. And usually I tell you guys to be quiet while I do this. Well, this time, I want you to be as loud as possible. Make as much noise as you can, except for you, Frank. You be quiet. Frank? Now, as you can see, it's the same sort of look and feel to the iPhone XR. I don't have the iPhone XR right now, but it's the same design. Nothing has changed in terms of button placement, the same sort of trim. All you're getting essentially is a brand new color and a second lens. Now, the beauty about this is that second lens is not a telephoto lens. I'm glad Apple decided to implement the ultra wide lens instead. So the phone's booted up. Face ID is slightly faster. I tested this in my previous video. The display is exactly the same as the previous generation, so it's 828p. If you look super duper close, you can see the pixelation, but if you're coming from like an iPhone 7 or iPhone 8, this display will feel very, very familiar. If you're an enthusiast like myself, who's like a display snob, then you're gonna wanna move up to the 11 Pro. So just like the 11 Pro, you have the dual speaker setup, you have the spatial audio, Dolby Atmos, so the speaker quality should be the same. But let's test it to make sure. So the sound difference between the 11 and the 11 Pro is non-existent. They sound exactly the same and they both get just as loud, but there is a difference compared to the iPhone XS. With the iPhone XS, it gets to the same max volume as the 11, but there is less depth to the sound. Cameras on the front have been updated. You have a 12 megapixel sensor, so you're gonna get better selfies going forward. Things look better, and also if you put it in horizontal mode, it's going to crop out and allow more subjects into the photo frame. This is great if you're taking a lot of selfies. This does it naturally when it detects another person in the image. However, you can manually do it yourself by tapping the little arrow button on top of the screen. Just like I mentioned before, you also have quick take. By holding down the photo button, you can quickly switch it to video mode and begin recording right away. Rear cameras though, this is a big deal. You're now getting an ultra wide lens in the back. And like I've showed you on my previous video, you can go ahead and switch between them whenever you want. So right now I'm in the regular wide lens. I can go ahead and take a photo, and then I can switch over to the ultra wide lens and get more information in the frame. Like I mentioned with the 11 Pro video, the consistency between both of these lenses is superb. The color science is on point, which is really hard to do when you're using different focal lengths. The downfall to having an ultra wide lens is the aperture is a little bit lower, which means if you start using it in nighttime photography, you're not gonna get as much light into the sensor compared to the regular wide lens. So this was just a quick mini review slash unboxing, but I can say with confidence if you're deciding between the 11 and the 11 Pro that most people should just go with the 11. At the end of the day, you're paying a lot less for an iPhone, but still getting very similar results to the more expensive Pro devices. You're only losing out on a few features. The third lens, which is a telephoto lens, and literally you can just use your feet, walk up a little bit closer to the subject and get the exact same picture. You're losing out on the display, which is something important to me, but for most people coming from an iPhone, iPhone 8, it's going to look exactly the same. And last up is the size. If this phone is too big for you, then the iPhone 11 Pro makes a lot more sense. Or if this phone is too small for you, the iPhone 11 Pro Max is the better option. Anyways, that wraps this up. If you have any questions for my full review, let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.